Hi guys, so we are traveling to Chicago, so come along for the ride. We're on the road. It's an hour to get to Lancaster where we're gonna get on the train, but we're gonna stay at my daughter's for a couple hours and get a little bit of sleep because the train leaves at 3:47 in the morning and it's 8:23, so I think we should be able to get maybe 5 hours of sleep. All right, check in later. So we made it onto the second part of the trip. The first part was an hour from our house to my daughter's, and then we slept for a little bit because it's going to be a long train ride to the airport. It's going to take us about 3 hours, so we are on the Metrolink right now, and my granddaughter's sitting behind me like, hey Chloe. So that's just kind of how it is, you know, when you're traveling. I've got my walker, and my granddaughter helped me get it on the train, and we'll see you when we get to. So we've made it to Union Station, and we're waiting now for the flyaway, which will be here in about 10 minutes. So we had the 2-hour Metrolink trip, and then it should be between anywhere from half an hour to an hour to get to LAX because traffic, you don't know how traffic is. So this is where we are. Just chilling, just sitting outside waiting. Thank goodness it's only 10 minutes, so it shouldn't be bad. So we've got another leg, well, 2 more legs to go. So LAX, Chicago, and then St. Louis. So we're on the flyaway and we're making really good time. So I think we'll be able to get to the airport at least maybe an hour before our flight or more. So we'll see you at the airport. So Chloe's a little worried because the bus had started late. So even though it made good time, we're here a little late at the airport, and they want to transfer me to a wheelchair to take me on the plane, which she said that would make it much quicker, that it would get us through security and everything easier. So I'm going to take that option, and then they'll just take my my rollator thing. That. So it's been a long day, and it's going to be even longer because we've got that flight to Chicago. But once we get to Chicago, we're having deep dish pizza. So see you on the next leg. Just a quick fill-in. Before we had boarded the plane, they were supposed to have gotten a wheelchair to make it easier for me to get, you know, to the plane, and because it was starting to get, you know, close to when the time of check-in. So we sat and waited and waited and waited, and it didn't come. I mean, there was no wheelchair coming for us, so Chloe was getting really worried. We decided that we would just go ahead and just go. So we did, and you know, it was like the plane was already boarding when we started going through security, so I was kind of worried about that, but security was really good this time at LAX, and we managed to get through pretty reasonably, though there was a holdup because they didn't have someone who could properly test my walker for explosives, you know, and they had to put it separately through the machine. So we waited a little bit for that, but that wasn't bad, and then we were able to get on the plane. The only thing that was kind of sucky was Chloe didn't get her Starbucks, so we're going to be getting Starbucks here in Chicago. So we didn't make it on the plane, and we've been kind of sleeping off and on. It's okay, Chloe. Yeah, we got all our stuff. Outrageous prices for drinks, water, tea, coffee, to flying like Virgin America, where all of that stuff is pretty much free. I mean, you get your free drinks and free water. You just have to pay, you know, for snacks, where this is like everything. It's $3 for a bottle of water. So we're gonna be hitting up a Starbucks as soon as we get to O'Hare. So we made it off the plane, and we are at like the most ubiquitous place in most American airports, and that would be Starbucks. I think there's one in like every major airport. So we need a little caffeine, a little sustenance, because we are going to then hit the Chicago Metro. So one thing to remember if you are traveling with a disability is airports have, you know, things in place to help you. They don't always pan out, like when, you know, we waited for Spirit to get me the wheelchair and get me through, you know, TSA. But basically they will let you take, you know, your wheelchair or your walker to the gate. I mean, literally right up to the plane. You just have to make sure you get a tag put on so that they know, you know, who the walker or wheelchair or scooter or whatever belongs to. And then when you get off the plane, it's right there waiting for you. And then you have the option a lot of times to either use your own personal walker and stuff off, or they will wheel you out to baggage claim if you have baggage. Now, we are traveling this time with no baggage other than our carry-on, which meant, you know, we had to be really careful in the stuff that we packed, you know, so it would be lightweight, that I could handle it and get it around, and that it wouldn't be, you know, too much of a burden to push around with my walker. So it is very, very easy. Well, maybe not easy, but it is, you know, doable. It is very doable to, you know, travel when you are disabled. You just have to think in advance and, you know, make your plans and let the airlines know so that they can help you, because, you know, they really want to help. They don't want you to be floundering around and not able to get, you know, from the boarding to wherever. They just want to know. So we are now going to be heading to the Metro, and that's exciting. So we'll see you when we're on the train. So we made it onto the CTA, and there was a space where my walker could rest, and I'm actually sitting in it. I just locked it up. So riding public transportation's a little more problematic if you're disabled, but it's still, you know, as long as you just have the courage to do it, you can do it. Our pizza came, and it's just huge. Oh, you've got to see this. Look at that. We also had a calamari starter, and oh man, I can't wait to get this in my mouth. All right, Chloe. Oh my God. Here you go. Get your plate underneath it. Holy moly. Yeah, there's gonna be leftovers. Oh my God. What? Oh, I'm videoing for my blog? Thanks. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, I have to say their calamari was like some of the best I've ever had. You're gonna be in it. Say hi. So, all right. I have a feeling that I'm not going to be able to pick this up to eat it. It's definitely a fork. Oh my God. Yeah. Holy moly. I mean, the amount of cheese. Oh, that was so good. So cheesy. And the crust is so flavorful. All right, guys. Definitely. You have got to go to Giordano's. It's, amazing. So we're gonna eat, and we'll see you later. It has such awesome decor. It's like a little factory. I love the lights. The ambiance here is amazing. Beautiful buildings and artwork, which let me show you. Look at those. Oh, amazing. There's more here. Look at that. That is just so awesome. Yeah, it's, even though it's a gloomy day, it really is, I don't know, this amazing charm here. Another one. Oh, look at that.
Oh, you better be careful.
Oh, they're hiding now. Are they gonna come out? Oh, they're adorable. Oh, so we're on the last of our Chicago trip. So on Amtrak now, and we're headed to St. Louis. So we will catch you on part 2 to St. Louis.